Welcome to this video. Today we're talking about the question, what exactly is Smart Embedded? My name is Manuel Krause. I'm product manager for Smart Embedded here at GLYN. And today we're going to talk about the question, what exactly is Smart Embedded and who's behind it? How can it be used in an application? Before we dive in, we are talking about industrial displays. Typical sizes would be 4.3 or 7-inch. Smart Embedded is a display with an integrated Cortex M7 controller with, for example, 480 MHz, plus a QSPI flash, 32 megabytes, 64, 128, whatever is needed for your application. And these displays are already equipped with a number of industrial interfaces. A necessary power supply ranges from 7 to 36 volt with several options, such as power over Ethernet. So what is a typical use case scenario for a Smart Embedded display in an application? Well, often you guys already have your own embedded computer or you develop your own MCU board to drive the application. And in this case, a Smart Embedded display acts like an external HMI, something that receives information via, let's say, USB, Ethernet or CAN from your main control unit. It receives the information such as metering data or the status of the application. And because of the Cortex M7, all the graphics are rendered independently of your main MCU. It's all being done here. Now, if a user interacts with this device, then this information, the commands, can be sent back the same way. And in some cases, Smart Embedded displays can even be used as the main control unit, provided the controller has enough performance for your purposes and you are happy with the interfaces found here. But if not, well, that's where customization comes in. Now, who's behind Smart Embedded? It is the story of two heavyweights in the electronics industry who are bringing their expertise to the table, if you will. On the one side, it's STMicroelectronics, on the other, Emerging Display Technologies, or short, EDT. One knows all about microcontrollers and the other about LCDs. And the result? Well, that's a touch display that can save you a lot of time. If you've worked with microcontrollers before, well, then you're probably familiar with ST. But for some of you, displays might be a new area, and therefore the question might come up, who exactly is EDT, Emerging Display Technologies? Let's rewind to 1994. This is Paulie and Ray during their early days when founding EDT in Taiwan. And this is Paulie and Ray today, still running their business, but now with more than 1,200 employees and several branch offices around the globe. EDT, in fact, has become one of the most successful and one of the most reliable display makers for the European market, especially for industrial and medical products. And ever since the beginning of projective capacitive touch panels, they have started to develop and produce their own touch products. Also, in connection with cover glass and printing, that's really their core business. By the way, Smart Embedded displays are CE certified. So of course you're getting access to the test protocols and the certificates, which will give you a better feeling and makes life a little easier when entering the test phase with your final product. How about we stop talking about hardware for a minute? Let's talk software, shall we? This is TouchGFX, a software from ST for creating graphical user interfaces. It's based on a graphic framework and generates the C++ code for you. And this is how it works. Let's say you want to use the touch panel to control the backlight brightness of the display. We simply drag and drop a slider onto the screen, as well as a text box, which will display the brightness as a percentage value. Next, we define a virtual function for the slider. We call it Adjust Brightness. This is what the generated C++ code for this screen looks like. You can see the attributes of the slider, the background, and the text box. And here you also find the virtual function we just defined. TouchGFX uses the Model View Presenter design pattern, which separates the code into 3 different areas or interfaces. all graphic-related code is separate from everything that has to do with hardware. This results in clean code which is easy to maintain. Let's go to the so-called model interface to insert the hardware-related code. In this header file, we declare a function which passes on the brightness value of the slider to the PWM for the backlight. Thanks to our board support packages, the hardware interfaces and some functionality of our smart embedded displays have already been configured, such as the PWM function for dimming the backlight. We simply copy-paste this code. As a last step, we connect the text box to the slider so that it displays whatever value we've set with the slider. We do this by inserting a line of code into the adjust brightness function. And now the text box receives the same value as the PWM. We run the compiler. This is the simulator, which allows you to check and test the graphical user interface on the PC. Now it's time to flash the display, and this is the end result. So I hope you got an idea what smart embedded displays are all about. Now, what's the benefit for you? Well, to put it in a nutshell, it's a huge time saver. For example, you don't have to worry about timing signals or driving voltages for the LCD. The same applies to the touch screen. Touch events, touch coordinates, mapping them to the display. All of that is being handled internally. Then there are various interfaces, so you have a hardware that is ready for use. And last but not least, TouchGFX, the designer, the framework, our board support packages, all of this enabling you to really focus on what's important, designing a modern-looking graphical user interface. Another important benefit is reliability. We are not only talking about a solid industrial display with an ST microcontroller. It has been fully tested, CE certified. And on top of this, we will support you with accessories such as a cover glass, a double-sided tape, whatever is needed to make integrating it into your application easier. Here at GLYN, we are working with embedded computers and displays for more than 25 years. So it's been our core business for a long time. And we are ready to support you. Should you be interested in Smart Embedded, please go check out our website at glyn.com/se for Smart Embedded. We also have a starter kit available that might help you jumpstart your project. So in case you want to check this out, there's a separate video about this. We'll put the link in the description below. That's it. Until next time, see you.